What's going on, Tech Squad? Andrew Edwards here, editor-in-chief of GearLive.com, and today I've got a little bit of a different video for you guys. This is a Q&A, a check-in for you guys. I tweeted out earlier, I was on Facebook asking for questions. I think I also did it on Snapchat and Instagram. Basically, I asked you guys, send in your questions, anything you want to ask me. It could be about tech, it could be about gadgets, it could be about video games, it could be about YouTube. It could even be relationship advice, anything you wanted to know about, anything you needed me to answer. You sent the questions in. I've got it right here on my smartphone. We're gonna jump in and start answering some questions. And I'm not gonna leave you guys waiting. Let's just jump in right now. This one comes from Kevin Neither, AKA Kevin the Tech Ninja. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you're probably aware of who this guy is. Kevin asks, what are you most excited for? By the way, I know I said I'd get right to the questions, but by the way, forgive me for my voice. I'm sick. I went to Playlist Live in Orlando. I went to ClamorCon. Afterwards, I flew from Seattle to Orlando, over to Palm Springs for another event, and I obviously came home with a terrible cold. So my apologies if I don't sound my best in this video. But back to the questions. Kevin asks, what are you most excited for E3? I am most excited about the reveal of Microsoft's Project Scorpio. It's the next iteration of the Xbox One. It's launching this holiday season. It's gonna be about twice as powerful as the PlayStation 4 Pro, which was just released a few months ago. I'm a big Xbox fan, and despite the fact that I own every game console, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, Nintendo Switch, although these days my Nintendo Switch gets turned on even more than my Xbox is, which actually surprises me. I didn't expect to be such a big fan of the Nintendo Switch. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, fantastic. I've been playing some NBA Playgrounds on there. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a great game. So I'm also excited to see what Nintendo has up its sleeve at E3. I'm looking forward to joining Nintendo in their booth, as well as at any of their E3 influencer events. I've got to get my hands on that new Nintendo goodness. But all that stuff from Nintendo is a mystery, and Microsoft, it's a sure thing they will be unveiling Project Scorpio and all the games that are being optimized for it this June at E3. So I'm gonna be there, and I'm actually gonna be meeting up with Kevin, doing some cool promotions with a new company called Unbox. Thanks for the question, Kevin. Let's move on to the next one. This one comes from Twitter, Bored at Work, AKA Thunder E. He asks, can you give your thoughts on channel branding on YouTube? And the answer to that is yes. Channel branding, something I think I'm pretty good at. I've actually done talks on it at a bunch of different YouTube conferences. And channel branding basically means setting yourself apart. So if anyone out there is inspired by the YouTube channels that they watch, you want to actually start your own channel and you want to stick out, what you really need to think about is your brand. Brand is what you think about when you think of a person or a company. For example, a super easy brand, Major League Baseball. What do you think of when you think of MLB? You probably think of the game of baseball, baseball stadiums, baseball teams, etc. So the brand of Major League Baseball is the American League and National League teams and the sport of baseball. So another brand that ties into sports, but not any one specific sport, would be Nike. When you think of Nike, you think of shoes, but you also think of Just Do It, and the Just Do It slogan is typically associated with people going out and doing challenging things in sports, whether it's running, whether it's basketball, whether it's tennis, and you associate sports stars with the Nike brand. So here on YouTube, branding is the same. When someone thinks of your YouTube channel, they should get a very specific idea of what it is you do. You can't serve everybody. Here on my channel, I deal with tech and gaming. So people know what to expect when they hear my name, Andrew Edwards, when they go to andrew.tech, which leads you right over to my YouTube channel, or when they see the Gear Live logo, they know that that means you're gonna be getting great tech and gaming content. Now, if I was doing tech and gaming and cooking and makeup and beauty and fashion, no one would really wanna come visit my channel because you never know what you're gonna get in any given video. So it's very targeted. So that is my answer on branding. And by the way, I did mention andrew.tech. That is my shorter URL that takes you right over to my YouTube channel. It's much easier for me to say andrew.tech than it is for me to say, head over to youtube.com/Andru Edwards or /Gear Live. Both of those will also take you to my channel. But Andru.tech goes right back to that branding. It's my name, Andru, and then .tech obviously implies that it's tech content that you're about to see. By the way, big shout out to .tech domains. If you're in the tech industry or want to get into the tech industry, whether it's a tech YouTube channel like I have, whether you're a developer or designer, .tech domains are the way to go. We all know the .com space is crowded. It's super hard to find the .com name that you want. So it's a really cool opportunity right now for early adopters in the tech space to get their .tech domain name. If you want to get your own .tech domain, head to get.tech and use promo code Andru1 to register your .tech domain for 1 year at $3.99. Or if you're in it for the long haul and you want to register your domain for a full 10 years and lock that down, use promo code Andru10 and that'll only cost you $50 for the whole 10 years. I'll leave links down in the description below along with those promo codes. But again, that is what branding is all about. Thinking about what you want people to visualize when they think about you or your brand, and then doing what you can to make sure that that happens. Next question is from Daily Tech. He asks, what does it feel like? What does it feel like to get your 100K play button? Now I have that actually right here. I know what it feels like because I received it, but as you can see, I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I wanted to wait until I was on camera. So, by the way, if you don't know what this is, basically when a YouTube channel reaches 100,000 subscribers, YouTube will send out an award. And it's the first award that you get for that milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers. It is the silver play button. There's also a gold play button for when you reach 1 million subscribers. And when you reach 10 million, there is a diamond play button. So let me go ahead. Ooh, there that is. Open this up. There it is. It says, there's a play button right there, silver play button. It says, Andru Edwards, congratulations for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. And then it's got the YouTube logo right there at the bottom. So let me go ahead and see if I can, oh yeah, it lifts right out. No big deal. No need to hold that gigantic box. Boom, there it is. So yeah, silver play button. Gotta find a spot on the wall to hang that up. But yeah, this is all actually because of you guys out there. You guys liked me enough to hit that subscribe button, which I appreciate. Now, if you haven't done it yet though, the subscribe button is underneath this video on YouTube. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, and I promise my voice will typically sound much better than it sounds right now. But again, there's the play button right there. This is thanks to all you guys. I appreciate so much that you took the time to hit that subscribe button and indicate that you basically want to make me a part of your daily life, or however often it is that you check YouTube. It is very humbling and I appreciate it. So that's how it feels, I guess, to go back to the question, to receive the play button. It's very humbling. This is cool. I appreciate it. You've probably seen a bunch of these. I'm not the first one to get these by any stretch of the imagination, but it is still cool. However, I will say much more important than the physical object of the play button is the currently over 134,000 who have continued to support me. So thank you guys for that. This is just a cool token that indicates it, but it's really all about you. So I'll go ahead and put that down and continue with the questions. Johnny Chin asks, giveaway? And that's actually a response that he left to a picture I put on Twitter of the play button. So no, there will not be a giveaway of my silver play button, but of course I do giveaways all the time on my channel. We just gave away a Samsung Galaxy S8 and a Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Again, if you want to be involved in any of those giveaways, be sure to subscribe down below. Tap the notification bell if you want to be notified when I drop a new video. We do giveaways probably around once a month of major devices. Mohammed Ayeb, I assume that's how you pronounce that, asks, Pixel XL or Galaxy S8 or iPhone 7 Plus? Well, if you're asking me my own personal opinion, I own all of those phones, but the one I leave the house with is this. This is my iPhone 7 Plus. Now, I've had an iPhone 7 Plus since launch day. I am an iOS user. There are a lot of apps that I use on iOS that aren't available on Android, so I'm kind of locked into iOS. That said, the Samsung Galaxy S8 is a fantastic phone. The Google Pixel is a fantastic phone. I also really like the LG G6. However, now that we're in the middle of May, I actually wouldn't recommend picking up the iPhone 7. I would wait until September to see what Apple is gonna drop then. It's supposed to be a big, major revision to the iPhone, and you don't wanna buy a phone 5 months before this brand new device is coming out. So I'd say if you want an iPhone, wait 5 months. If you don't want an iPhone and you're on the Android side of things, unless you want the Galaxy Note, which isn't out yet, Galaxy S8 is a great phone, LG G6. I'd probably skip the Pixel and wait for the Pixel 2 though. Tony Adams asked, right on topic, why is it so difficult to switch from Apple to Android? Love iOS, but Samsung has the best looking hardware. Well, as of today, I would agree with that. Samsung does have amazing looking hardware, but I think it's more than just the look when it comes to hardware. I actually think it's easier to use and hold the LG G6, even though it may not look as good as the Samsung Galaxy S8. I think the look of the S8 kind of hinders the user experience. Apple has something brand new coming in September though, like I said. We're gonna get that completely edge-to-edge display on the iPhone. I think it's gonna be called the iPhone 8, but who knows what they end up calling it, whether it's the iPhone Edition, iPhone X, iPhone 7S, whatever they're gonna call it. It's gonna be a major revision. But the reason it's so difficult to switch, quite honestly, is because there's a lot of stuff available on iOS that you can't get elsewhere. Meanwhile, the majority of things on Android you can get on iOS. So for example, iMessage, you can only get that on iOS. Google Hangouts, you can get that on iOS or Android. Google Allo, you can get on iOS or Android. Google Assistant, iOS or Android. Siri, iOS only. So if you start using iOS and you start using all of those services that Apple offers, when you want to leave, you have to figure out how to migrate away from those services. If you're an Android user and you use Gmail and you use Google Maps and you use Google Keep and you use Google Docs and all the Google stuff that you get on Android, they're all available for the iPhone as well. So that's why it's more difficult to leave iPhone. Pranay Pathol asks, if you weren't have been doing YouTube, what would you have been doing? Okay, so I don't feel like I do YouTube. And it's actually something that I preach to a lot of other people who do believe that they do YouTube. If you consider yourself a YouTuber, you're beholden to the whims of Google and YouTube, and you don't really have control of your brand and your business. I always recommend to creators, build a business, not a channel. So as you can see, as I mentioned earlier, I just crossed 100,000 subscribers a couple months ago. I'm at about 134,000 at this point. I've been on YouTube for about 12 years. So it's actually a pretty slow growth that I've experienced here on YouTube, but it's because I've never really concentrated on building subscribers. I concentrated on building a business. So whether you're on YouTube or Instagram or Snapchat or Pinterest or Twitter or Facebook, Instagram stories, I forget if I already said Snapchat, I don't even know. I'm on VidMe, I'm on Vimeo. If there's a place where I can put my content and interact with people on different social networks, I'm there. I am not what you would consider a YouTuber. YouTube could change the game, YouTube could die tomorrow, and I'd still be completely fine. And there's a lot of YouTubers who wouldn't be able to say the same thing. I'm a content creator, and YouTube is just one of many places that my content can live. Now, switching gears for a moment though, if I wasn't doing tech videos for a living, what else would I be doing instead? I do have my website, gearlife.com, where I write tech content, but if tech wasn't an option in any field or any medium, I'd probably be doing food related stuff. I love to cook, I'm pretty good at cooking. I can pretty much make some amazing meals without even needing to refer to a recipe. I could just look at ingredients and figure out what needs to go where. I'd probably end up doing something related to food. Next question comes from Ryan Matthew Pearson on Facebook. He asks, you're a parent, what kind of rules do you set on screen time and gadgets? So Ryan is a new parent. Congratulations, Ryan, on your new son. So my own personal opinion, and obviously everybody's opinion is different when it comes to parenting, I don't necessarily feel a need to limit time on a screen. I think it's a very shallow mentality of what you should and shouldn't limit, because a screen these days is so many things. You know, it's different than in the 80s or 90s when you said, I need to limit their TV time. Well, when you limit TV time, what you're doing is limiting TV and movies. That makes sense. But this screen right here, and what I'm actually holding up, is a list of the questions that I've been reading. I can leave that list of questions and I can go into Wikipedia and I can do some research, and I can leave Wikipedia and I can go into a game, and I can leave that game and I can go into New York Times and read news, and I can leave the New York Times and I can go into MyFitnessPal and I can, do my workout, and I can leave MyFitnessPal and I can go into YouTube, etc. So this screen doesn't just represent one type of thing. It doesn't just represent entertainment. This can be a learning experience. This can be a reading experience. This could be a gaming experience. I can get creative. I can take pictures. I can make movies. I can make videos. I can edit videos on this. So I don't think it's so much about limiting screens as it is monitoring what kids are doing on those screens. Now, my son just turned 13 years old a few months ago, and quite honestly, I'm kind of confused about what exactly I should be doing differently with his screens. One product that I will be reviewing very soon, though, is the Circle. It's a product by Disney, and you connect it to your home network, and it allows you to granularly control any device on your network. In other words, I can tell Circle to allow my son's iPad to only access the internet during these certain hours, and I can also say, if it's gaming related, he can do games for, let's just say, 90 minutes a day. If he's reading books, allow him to do that an unlimited amount of time. Surfing the web stops at 9 p.m. And those are just all arbitrary numbers. But Circle is a cool way to make sure that the content on those screens is what you're okay with at the times that you want it to go down. Hope that answered your question. Again, parenting is really something where it's like to each their own. Everybody has different ways of parenting. There's no one right way. There's no one wrong way. Do what feels comfortable for you. But Ryan, for someone like you whose child is born right here in, what year is it? 2017. When your child turns 13, it's gonna be the year 2030. It's gonna be a vastly different world 13 years from now. We might not even be able to physically drive our cars anymore because driving may be illegal, and it may be all about self-driving cars at that time. So technology is going to take us in many different areas, and it's kind of up to us to keep up with that technology to make sure that our children use it appropriately. Next question comes from Jeremy. He asked, do you think Google Lens can completely eliminate all obstructions surrounding a picture when you take it? Because I don't think they can. Jeremy, good question. Google Lens is a new feature announced for Android O a couple days ago at Google I/O 2017. And what it allows you to do, one of the things it allows you to do is to take a picture, let's just say through a fence of your child who is playing baseball. You snap that photo, and Google will intelligently remove the fence lines from that photo. So all you see is your child as if there's no obstruction in the way. Google says it works really well. We haven't been able to play with it yet, but Google right now, I would say, is the king of machine learning. They're doing a lot of stuff. They have a lot of data to work on these types of problems, and I wouldn't put it past them to be able to do that. Now, it may be similar to Apple's portrait mode on the iPhone 7 Plus, where portrait mode can be really amazing if you do it the right way. If you do it the wrong way, portrait mode looks pretty terrible. So I think it's gonna depend on what kind of picture you take, what the conditions are outside, etc. Last question, Jeremy also asked, which phone carrier has the best all-around plan right now? I actually was with AT&T starting in 2007. I left Verizon to go to AT&T in order to buy the very first iPhone, which was released 10 years ago. It was an AT&T exclusive. I stayed with AT&T up until about 2.5 or 3 months ago when I switched over to T-Mobile. T-Mobile's network has gotten a lot of flack over the years because it was pretty terrible, so they deserved it. But these days, they made a lot of improvements. Their network is pretty much the fastest at data, and they just bought a whole bunch of spectrum that they're gonna be rolling out over the next few years that's actually gonna put them on par with, if not above, Verizon's network. That said, they are also fairly inexpensive. Taxes are included with T-Mobile. So on my plan, I have a single phone on there. I pay $70 a month, all in, including all taxes, for unlimited data with unlimited tethering, unlimited calling, everything unlimited I'm a happy camper with T-Mobile. But that said, you need to make sure T-Mobile works in your area. I just want to thank you guys one more time, almost at 135,000 channel subscribers here on my channel. It's kind of mind-blowing, and I thank you guys for making that happen. If you're not a subscriber yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below in order to stay up to date on all future video releases, and tap the bell icon if you want to get a notification whenever a video drops. If you're already a subscriber and you like this video and you like this channel, maybe feel free to tweet this video out, share it on Facebook, get some new eyes on this content. Again, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna get out of here. Don't forget, Andru.tech is the easy way to find me on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. I'm Andru Edwards, and I'll catch you in the next video.